So this is just a quick wee recap of how to work with percentages or finding percentages of amounts, in particular using decimals. If we're asked to find something like 20% of 40 grams, and actually that's nice and easy to do without decimals, with fractions, because I know that 20% is 1/5 of 40. And I know to find a fifth of something, I divide it by 5. So 40 grams, that's 8 grams. So it's nice and straightforward. But we could have done that by decimals, by knowing that 20% as a decimal is 0.2. And when we see the word off in maths, we often replace it with a multiplying sign. Off means multiply. 40 grams, and again, 0.2 times 40 is 8 grams. Now, I think when you have a non-calculator paper or something like this, then it's easier to deal with fractions and turn it as fractions. But once you start to get something then like, let's say 31% of 40, the fractions aren't quite so straightforward, and maybe if it's a calculator paper, it's much easier just to deal with this in terms of decimals. Write your 31% as a decimal, 0.31. Off means multiply, and 40. And when you put that into your calculator, 0.31 times 40 is 12.4 grams. Something similar, 68% of, let's say, 320 kilometers. 68%, yeah, we could write it as 68 over 100, but again, much easier just to write it as 0.68 and 320. Put that into your calculator. 0.68 times 320 is 217.6. We're talking kilometers then. So again, once you can change your percentage into a decimal, off turns to multiply, and then we just multiply the two. That's OF. OFF means off, taking things off, reducing something is different. We need to be careful about that. So I guess we could be, it's not quite as obvious, but what about 137% of, let's say, $80? Okay. Normally we think, oh, you can't give more than 100%. Well, you can't give more than 100% of your energy, but you can, say, profits could be up by 137%. So what's 137% of $80? We'll just turn it into a decimal. 137% is 1.37. Off is multiply, and then we've got $80 here. And so when we do that, 1.37 times 80 is $109.6. And because we're talking money here, let's make it 2 decimal places, $109.60. Last wee example then, what about if we had 212% of, say, £14,000? And again, 212 is 2.12, off is multiply, and we've got our £14,000. And put that into our calculator, and we've got 29680 pounds. So every time we do this, we find a percentage of an amount. You could do it by a fraction, and again, if you have non-calculator paper, this may be the easiest way of doing it. Change your percentage into a fraction and multiply by 40. But when you have a calculator, I think the easiest way is changing your percentage into a decimal and multiply, because your calculator does that very, very easily and very quickly, and it's a one-liner in terms of showing you're working out